Hey, welcome back. Okay, we have the telemetry and receiver bound to the radio now. We have the fill tube mounted into the side of the airplane now, working good. And so one more thing to do before we mount the engine is to put the servos into the cabin. And when, also we have the switch mounted. We did that before doing the receiving telemetry. So I've got 3 servos, got the rudder, got the elevator, and I got the throttle. Okay. And so the first thing I'm going to do is get all these prepared. And I'll show you how I prepare one and then we'll prepare the rest. Okay. So first thing to do is to dump out the bag of servo arms, and in there you'll find a servo arm that looks like this, along with its arm that looks like that. So that's the single arm servo. We're going to want that. We don't need any of the other arms for the throttle. And when we do the rudder, we'll use the 2-arm servo because you got nose wheel steering and rudder, and that'll be on the 2-arm servo. But for the throttle servo, we just need that servo. Okay, servo arm. So I put the other arms back, and now you got your 4 grommets, your 4 little brass tube, and you got 4 screws. So I'm going to put the 4 grommets in, and there's a right and a wrong side. So there's a flat side and an indented side, and the flat side goes out. So you go like that and make sure that this flat side is out right there. And if you do it right, it goes in very nicely and quickly. Well, okay, there we go. No. There we go. And so make sure the flat side is going to be out. And you just sort of rock it in. And that grommet is in. Okay. So the 4 grommets are going to be in. And then the 4 brass tubings. Well, this one is going to be so stubborn, isn't he? There we go. Okay. So then the 4 brass tubings get put in from the bottom. So that from the bottom you have that little lip. Okay. And so that's how they go in. I'm going to do all 3 of those exactly alike, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back, and here's my 3 servos. This will be the throttle servo, and it's going to use this single arm here. And there's the screw to hold the servo arm in. I got my 4 servo screws to screw the servo in, and I got my quick connect. For the elevator, same arm, single arm, adjustable in size, throttle, the elevator screw to screw the arm in, 4 screws, and a quick connect. For the rudder, I changed my mind. I'm going to use this red servo arm that comes with the HS311. And there are 2 thicknesses of that. You can see this is thick. I'm sorry, this is thin and this side is thick. Okay, so the thick side has 4 holes in it. The thin side has 3 holes in it. The reason I'm using this is longer, okay, than the white arm by 1 more hole. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is take a pair of cutters here and cut off the thick side so that I'm going to use the 2 thin sides of the red one for the nose wheel steering and rudder. So I'll be back in just a minute. I'm going to basically just do this like that and just cut that off, and then I'm going to use a good heavy box cutter here if I need to trim it up any. But this pops and I don't want to be on camera when I do that, so I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, I'm back. I cut it off. There's the arm that I cut off. It cut off very well, except one went that way farther than I thought. I can't find it, so but I did find the other one. I'm going to throw it away anyways. I'll sweep it up later. And then you can also, as you can see, I got a little sharp point there and there. I'm going to use the box cutter very carefully to just trim that so it's not a sharp point. Okay. And so that'll be the arm for the nose wheel steering and rudder. And so now that's ready. The next thing to do is to center the servos with the receiver and battery, so that when we put them on we know the servo is centered. So I'll be back in a minute to show you how that works. Be right back.